like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream.
Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be a in-depth look at why specifically I chose that I was going to leave DoJ. I appreciate everyone that has messaged me on Instagram or any other social medias. I know that most of some people messaged me on Instagram. I don't mind people messaging me at all. Feel free. If you want to message me on Instagram, then go ahead. All my social medias will be down below for you to do so. But I did have a few people message me on Instagram and ask me, so why did I mainly leave DoJ? Because I don't know if you guys may have noticed, I did state in the last video that I left DoJ and I was going to think of leaving DoJ before the whole Polecat situation came about and came to light. Me, Alpha 9G and Tyler were both all in DoJ at the time, and obviously myself and Chase wanted to leave well before the whole Polecat situation came about. The reason behind doing so was mainly the Civ staff. So that was the main reason for us wanting to leave. So obviously when I joined DoJ, I joined the civilian communications department. I was a dispatch cadet, went on to operator 1, then operator 2. That's how the ranks work. I was a member of the DoJ, never became staff in DoJ. And then I moved on to BCSO. I wanted some in-game abilities. I wanted to be in-game, have some roleplay fun kind of thing. So I moved in-game and I was a BCSO deputy. I was a probationary deputy, then was a deputy 1, deputy 2. I decided that I wanted something a little bit different. So I made friends with a guy throughout my time in BCSO. He was in SAHP. So that's when I thought, oh, okay, well, I spoke to him and he basically was telling me about SAHP. So I joined SAHP as a lateral transfer. What that means is I could lateral transfer, which means I don't go down to probationary. So I transferred in as a TFC, which is the abbreviation of a Trooper First Class. After being in SAHP and doing some 10-12s with him, I joined BACO, which is the Bureau of Air and Coastal Operations. At a probationary captain, I done my flight certification, and my coastal certification, became a captain 2, got my FGO, which is a fish and game officer, or something like that. Anyway, I then obviously was a BACO trainer for a little bit. I was training in the air side of things, not the coastal, because I was just training in air. And obviously at this time when I was training, I was in civilian as well. So I transferred out of SAHP when I was a Captain 1 in BACO and a TFC. Transferred out into civilian, kept my auxiliary and my BACO certifications, and I became a probationary civilian. Then I got up to civilian 2. After I became a civilian 2, that's when, obviously, the next rank is Civilian 3. It took me a little bit of time to get to Civ 3, because obviously in that time I had a 1090. I can't remember why I got issued a 1090, but a 1090 is like a in-game warning. So some people think a in-game warning is like in-game they give you a warning. That's not how it works. A 1090, normally a SIT member from Civilian will message you on Discord and they say, hey, can you come see me when you're next available? And then you go see them, and then you get moved up to the staff room. Once you're in the staff room, they tell you that you're in the staff room, and there's normally a staff member present from Civilian. So what happens is they then move you down to the waiting room, review any evidence that they were given for the staffing. After they've done that, they move you back up. They try and ask what happened, and obviously throughout the time you don't see any of this evidence that they get given, right? Which in some cases for me, they never had any evidence. And I knew this because there was people within the DOJ staff that told me that they had no evidence, but they would still issue a 1090 or a 1093 on that basis. Because if they feel like they can issue a 1090, they will issue a 1090, and they can push it to a 1093 or whatever they want, because they know that no one's going to go and look at it. Obviously, you can go and file an IA report, but the problem is the internal affairs was actually corrupt. The whole of the internal affairs officers and the people that worked for internal affairs, they all left because the whole IA division was corrupt. Even though it was mainly high-ranking staff members, such as senior staff, administration, junior administration, that would work for IA. But the whole of IA was corrupt, and that's why if you went for a report to report something, your complaint would never actually get looked at or resolved. They would look at it, and they'd make it look like they were trying to resolve it, but they never would. Because when it's a staff member's word against yours, you have no word apparently. And even when they have no evidence and it was a member that reported you, they say that they can't do nothing about it because it may be targeting. The funny thing is the staff members of DOJ completely just chose on targeting members. And that is what they do. They select a member that they want to target and they will target you. And that is how they push people out of DOJ that they don't get along with, or they don't like, or they've had a previous encounter with. Basically, yeah, if a staff member don't like you in DOJ, then you're not going to last long in DOJ. They will find everything and anything to get you gone out of DOJ. They will issue you 1090s, 1093s, and they will make your experience within the server horrible, basically. Like you don't want to be there. And for staff of a server like that to be doing that, it's actually quite surprising. And like I say, obviously you've got a lot of the media members that are streaming and you don't really see it. The reason behind that is obviously the targeting happens behind closed doors where people outside the DOJ can't actually see it, because it happens in a staff room, and you can't record in a staff room really, unless you're a staff member. They record all the staff room happenings, let's say. So whatever happens in a staff room, normally it's recorded. I don't know what happens with them recordings, but you know, they probably don't go anywhere. They probably just delete them, so then they can just say, oh, we don't have a recording, we didn't record, or we lost it, or the file was corrupt. They can make up an excuse. It's technology. Of course you can make up an excuse. That's easy. So, you know, that's what they tend to do because they can get away with it without people even noticing. And like I say, obviously media members wouldn't show that side of things because it's a staff room thing. You can't listen to a staff room happening because obviously they don't want that all over the media. Obviously you see what happens in servers and stuff like that, but as much as they can, they kind of restrict what you do and don't see. So if something happens in server that is quite big, that they don't want you guys to see, they will intermission their stream. Obviously 10-3s as well, that happens if you watch people that do Leo. The reason for a 10-3 is because basically the patrol server is fucking up and they can't have that on stream, so they have to put 10-3 in effect, and that's why they mute, deafen, and you can't see much and you can't hear anything that's going on because they can't allow you to listen to that, because obviously it ruins their reputation as a server. Obviously DoJ for Outsiders is an amazing community that people all love because of its activity and stuff like that. It is a very active server. It has a lot of people still within the server. I know they did up their age limit to 18, so I don't know how many people they got in server now. But I guess they have still a fair few members that may be underage still, you know. But that aside, obviously, the reasons I left DoJ was because I was targeted by staff members in DoJ, and my experience from them staff members wasn't very pleasant. And I didn't really want to be there anymore. It went from this happy, lovely place to just being a shithole, basically, in the nicest words. Yeah, it was just horrible. And I wouldn't want to really... I wouldn't say that it was the nicest of experiences when it got to it, because it wasn't. I've had better. But the thing is, DoJ, they have two sides of them, and whatever side you land on, it's like flipping a coin. And I think that's what they do when they accept members into the server. They flip a coin on if you're going to be the one that they're going to target or not. But the thing is, with civilian, it's the worst department in DoJ because they can get you for everything and anything. And they will, because they have so many policies in place that you guys may have seen from documents that have been leaked or stuff like that. Obviously, you see all the policies and stuff that DoJ has. Obviously, they can get you for everything and anything they want. And there's really nothing that you can do about it. But really, yeah, it's an environment that I would never put anyone in, and I would never want anyone to be in. But, you know, for the DoJ members that are in there and are in that environment, I do feel sorry for. But unfortunately, they're only seeing one side of DoJ, and it's very unfortunate that they're seeing the good side of it, because, well, it's good for them that they're seeing the good side of it, but for the members that they've kind of shown the bad sides of, you know, it's not worked out in their favour. But yeah, you know, they have two personalities, it's like, and they choose on what personality they want to portray. And yeah, after that, it's like you're kind of gone. So, you know, if you guys want to go over to DoJ and apply, go and do it. But if you don't, then that's perfectly fine. You know, I don't want to kind of send people away from DoJ. I just want to make them aware of what happens in DoJ. I don't want to, let's say, ruin DoJ's reputation as much. It's just they ruin it themselves. And unfortunately, their administration and head administration team don't want to listen to it. Then that's perfectly fine. I don't want the DoJ head administration team to listen to it. But if they do, then, you know, they can actually try and sort out their server. Then just try and, you know, just worry about like the other sides of DOJ, because I don't think that as a the DOJ head administration team, they're not there for the community, they're not there for the people. They're just there for themselves, basically. They're there to earn the money out of DOJ that they can. And you know what? If that's what they want to do, then that's perfectly fine. But I know that that's what they want to do because community meetings with head administration were assigned in DOJ and no head administration attended them. I think Polecat attended one out of like many. And the head administration meetings where members can join and address concerns, and there were so many concerns that members had about DOJ and so many things that they wanted changed about DOJ. And we get that it's a server that obviously they want to keep a reputation of, but you know, they chose on to destroy the server rather than fix the issues that were there. If they want to fix the issues that are there, then they need to listen to the community as a whole and not their own opinion on what they want to do and what they want to happen in servers, because they're not there 24/7. The members are the ones that are dedicated to the cause and dedicated to the server. I think they're more dedicated than head administration, to be honest. They're the ones that are in server for hours and hours and hours role-playing and trying to have fun as best as they can and try and get things changed in DOJ so then they all have a happy experience there, and it just gets ruined because the head administration team don't want to do anything about it. And they don't want to change anything, even though that's what they wanted to do by having these community meetings. And I guess the community meetings were just making everything worse. And, you know, you couldn't even sit in a general lobby and discuss, like, what you would rather change in DOJ, like what you want to change in DOJ. You were just never allowed to discuss that on a DOJ asset. And what they mean by a DOJ asset is a DOJ Discord server or TeamSpeak, or in FiveM you can't discuss anything like that because they made it a rule. So, you know, you weren't even allowed to voice your opinions throughout the server unless you're in that community meeting. And I find that rather sad that DOJ didn't allow people to voice their opinions. And, you know, DOJ wanted to shut members up, I guess. But, you know, that's their lookout and their loss on the people that they did lose. And, you know, at the end of the day, then people have moved on to something happier and better, and something that's going to make their lives a lot more happier. And I guess, you know, that's what I'm doing right now. Obviously, I'm moving on to something that's going to make an impact on the whole thing and change my experience of roleplay and everything like that. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap DOJ up right there, and we're gonna move on to something a little bit more better. So before we do quickly move on to that something better, this is the last video I'm making on DOJ on the matter. There is going to be no more because I don't want to promote their server. That's not what I want to do at all. So, right, we're going to move on to something much more better now. So, let's remove that because we're not talking about DOJ anymore. We are talking about something much better. So, I do have a announcement coming for the channel very soon. So, make sure you keep your eyes peeled on that one. Also, the last thing I wanted to quickly address to you guys is we do have a giveaway. It may not be in the description of this video. It may be, but we do have a giveaway that will be active, and the prize for the giveaway will be announced closer to the giveaway date. The prize will be announced on my Instagram, which will be down below, and obviously the winners will be contacted through, I guess, maybe Instagram or something like that. I'm going to try and figure that one out. But it will be announced through my Instagram and my Discord. The giveaway will be active in the Discord, and obviously there should be a link down below for the giveaway for you guys to enter. And it's just my way of saying thank you to all the guys that have supported me and everything like that. But anyway, guys, for now, we're going to wrap this video up. I appreciate you all coming out and watching the video. Make sure you go down below, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and leave comments down below like the last time, and I'll reply to all of them. But for now, guys, peace.